Yes, welcome back. Well, Michelle, it's time to turn our attention to some of the controversial issues. So I want you to fire up a little bit here. Women's footy, of course, is gaining massive momentum. You come from a netball background and you're still involved heavily with netball, with your association with the Australian team at the junior level. Is netball in danger of losing players to women's football?
Yeah, I do think they are, Phil. I think, you know, nowadays women have a choice. Girls have a choice. They come through their school sports system. They've got footy, they've got netball, they can do whatever they want. And I think they'll follow their passion. There is a difference in netballers to footballers. So the girls grow up, some of them are really quite princessy. Netball attracts the girls that want to be quite clean in their sporting endeavours. However, there are the girls out there that really want to hit AFL because they're physical, it's demanding, and it's a different athlete. So it gives them an outlet, and I'm sure we'll lose a lot of our youngsters to footy.
Would the big concern be the fact that there's, I mean, in netball you can earn some money, but it's not great. It appears that the AFL is going to put a lot of money into footy. The women are going to get paid. Eventually TV will come in. The common sense is saying that women are going to get paid more to play footy than netball or basketball, lacrosse, whatever sport you want to pick. That is part of the attraction, to be able to make a living out of the sport you choose. Yeah,
and I think that will happen in the future, but there is going to be a period of time where they won't have the athlete ready for that level. And I think that we're going to have to see 5 years of the girls really training to be at that level for AFL as we see it. Because netballers have spent a lot of time getting a fitness level that is unparalleled for a woman in sport. They're exceptional at every level for the ANZ competition. To see some of our athletes now training to be at the level where we want them to for an AFL competition, they've still got a lot of training to do to be highly competitive in that field. So I still think some of the juniors coming through, we're going to see 5 years before we really see them at their best.
Do you have a fear that the AFL might target a high-profile ANZ netballer and grab them for... Which one would you target? If you were, if the AFL called you today and said, look, we need to target a netballer we think that would make the transition into footy... Sharni Layton's in?
Look, you know, Sharni's that type of player. Just grunt, you know, give me everything, aim at it. And what a great spokesperson for the sport, and just lives high-performance sport. So she'd be one of them.
All right.
Caitlin Bassett, 6'3". You'd want someone in there that's got the ruck ability to be able to do what you need to do. So there's some beautiful netballers out there.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if one of them's taken.
Don't be surprised.
All right, changing tack, I want to ask you about the Russian drug situation leading into the Olympics now. Of course, we're very close to Rio starting. The decision was handed down that it wasn't a blanket ban on all the Russian athletes. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I actually agree with that. I think we all want to, you know, take Russia out of it, but we are talking about selected athletes that have abused the system. And I'd hate to think that there are the athletes out there that is a lifetime opportunity for them to compete for their country and that they're clean. And who knows, it's not only Russia that we're talking about.
For sure.
You know, we're talking about Russia, but it could be anyone. And so I think the protocol that they've put in place to have these athletes screened as well as we can at least gives us an opportunity to be at level playing field when we're in there. But no, I agree with the decision that's been made, and they should be given the opportunity. Yeah,
look, I agree with you, because if you don't, you're technically giving some athletes a life sentence. If they don't go to this Olympics, they may never go to another one. So if you're clean, you can't be guilty by association. So I know that there was a large number. They've been penalised. Can't penalise everyone. Friday night footy is back on the agenda for the AFL. They're saying Good Friday footy now is going to be played next year. The talk is it's going to be St Kilda and the Bulldogs. They're going to play it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to be respectful to Good Friday. Your thoughts on Good Friday footy?
Yeah, again, look, for me, I don't have a problem with it. I think as long as it's respectful, as long as it holds traditions and honours what Good Friday is, and we speak about it and we educate, you know, people on what we want them to know about Good Friday, I think that's important. But again, I don't have an issue with it. I think it's great for us to be playing. All right.
Some of the clubs are going to complain, of course. North Melbourne say they've been trying to get to the Good Friday game, but they're trying. It appears the AFL are trying to give an occasion to a blockbuster. So Collingwood already have one, Essendon have one, Richmond have got one. So should it be the best teams that play in the blockbuster, or should each club have a day that's over the calendar, over the season, that's their blockbuster game?
Oh, look, I think transparency. I think it should be worked through the system so that everyone has an opportunity to have it, because it does draw big numbers, and it is a great opportunity for clubs to be exposed to a major match in a prime time. So I think the way they've done it is really good, and hopefully we see it happen more often.
All right, time for us to wrap up the show. Michelle, thanks for coming in. Rob
Pleasure.
Popplestone, you are clearly done as a co-host after this first display by Michelle Dendek. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. Look forward to your company next week. Bye for now.